Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Ahmed at Altcoin Era. Today we're going to look at the markets, we're going to look at macro, we're going to look at Bitcoin, we're going to look at your favorite altcoins, and we're going to look at some speculative coins. So make sure to like, subscribe, and join our private members. Let's begin. Bitcoin is currently at $100,000 and some change. It doesn't really matter because you know my thesis. You know my bias. You all should know my bias. Do not FOMO. I know markets tend to make you feel like we're going up forever. We're going to look back into the seasonality of Bitcoin. We're going to look back during this period and we're going to find or ascertain where the price could head to. Bitcoin during summer of May 2024, we breached the previous all-time high closely. We got very, very close to the previous all-time high, but we couldn't break it. So we went downwards and then we reattempted it again in June and then went sideways for some time. We're going to look back again during this period over here in 2023. And what happened? April, we marked the peak. We went back down. June, July, we tried to attempt it again. We did manage to break it slightly, but that was a fake out. This one's a little bit different because this one was the largest weekly close that we had, which was particularly strange for many participants that really got trapped. This is the road to 145, but no one told you that it would be this easy. It's not going to be easy, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking for a downturn. Now, I'm not a bear. I'm telling you what I do. I do this for 18 hours a day. I'm the best at this. I just need the world to catch up. This is my tweet on this scam week. On Sunday, I'll show you on the lower time frames, on the 4-hourly time frames right over here. I tweeted it is a scam week and we're heading lower before we head higher. The market wants to go up higher, but unfortunately it doesn't have enough liquidity. I'm in the business to tell you what will happen in the future. That's my business. The probability of what will happen in the future. You don't watch me just to tell you guys, ETH is heading up to 10K, Bitcoin's heading up to 200K, blah, 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 just to sell you crack and opium. I don't do paid shills. I don't do affiliate links. I don't do none of that. The way you support my channel is either you subscribe or you join our private members. I'm never going to show you anything, no ads, no nothing. I'm in the business of predicting. That is what I'm here to do. Bitcoin, hate it or love it, is heading downwards before it heads up. It tends to draw in liquidity from lower prices. Then we can break up higher. It did the same thing over here. It didn't have the momentum to push prices higher. It wasn't until we swept the lows and got enough buyers in that we finally broke out. The same thing, in my humble opinion, is going to happen. I normally don't use RSIs, but in this case, it does have some merit. The RSI is showing a bearish divergence. When the RSI goes down and the price heads up higher, that normally is a bearish divergence. It was another bearish divergence right over here. The prices of Bitcoin went up higher, yet the RSI came downwards. This is a bearish divergence. Today is a Sunday and Bitcoin is pumping so far. We had a good pump so far, but this is trapping every last individual. Every last individual is going to be trapped. Normally what tends to happen is Bitcoin could technically go up higher. However, not for long because there is a bearish divergence in the price. If we have a look at the lower time frame, we can clearly see that this was a clear fake out. I did tweet that this is a scam wick and it's going to get as many buyers as possible to become uber bullish, and then that's all she wrote for now. Currently we're retesting this area. We could make another scam wick and then head downwards. Now, seasonality is not always the case. I could be wrong. This could head to 145. That's fine. And we could smash all-time new highs today, but probability wise, that's not the case. In Q4, Bitcoin goes absolutely parabolic in the last halvening year. Ethereum at the moment is moving sideways, which is a good sign. We have broken past this falling wedge, which is an excellent sign. That means buyers are holding the price above this area at 2,442. If we head back downwards into these lower areas, then of course Ethereum is going to continue to be in struggle street. Let's have a look at traditional markets, and this hands down is the most successful campaign for the bulls. I think historically this has never ever been seen, like ever in the charts ever. We're almost 3% away from breaking all-time new highs. Can you believe that? 30 days ago everyone was losing their shirts and I was telling folks to buy here. right over here. I done a live stream. I've never done this before. I've done a live stream for around 4 hours every single day for that week. And I was telling you to buy. I was telling folks to buy Ethereum at the very, 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 very uber bottom. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying to you that we're heading lower before we head higher, guys. As most of you are aware, we had some news from Moody, and Moody decided to downgrade America. US credit rating downgrade could add pressure on government debt. Loss of Moody's AAA rating comes amid concerns about fiscal trajectory and widening budget deficits. We did speak about this in a previous episode. Go check it out. We spoke about the debt and this insatiable demand to keep leveraging themselves. Nations around the world are heavily indebted and causing their kids to be indebted even further. US government debt may come under more pressure this week after the credit ratings agency Moody's stripped the US of its top-notch AAA rating. Moody's dealt a blow to Washington last Friday when it downgraded the US and warned about rising levels of government debt and a widening debt deficit. Moody cut its US credit rating by one notch to AA1. Now ask ChatGPT a simple question. I said, list me all the times when we had a credit rating downgrade in the past couple of years, in the past 10 years. The first one was Standard & Poor's, that happened in 2011. The next one was Fitch rating in August 2023. And of course, this one that happened on a Friday night after hours in May 16th, 2025. History doesn't repeat, but it often does rhyme. This was the 1st of August. It marked the very, very top and it went down by 5%. Now, it might not happen again. We might not see this. The S&P 500 might continue to go up higher and higher and higher and shrug this information off. It's not a big deal. Right over here was the 5th of August and we went down by around 11%. This is not doom and gloom because at the end of the day, we went up higher. If you want better prices, then do not FOMO. That's the point of this video. If you want better prices in your altcoins, do not FOMO. Likewise, on the 1st of August 2023, Bitcoin was standing at 29,000 US dollars. Subsequently, after the event, we did go down quite a bit. In the long run, well, you know what happened next, don't you? Just quick recap of the news. Here are the key events happening this week. Markets react to Moody's downgrade on Monday, which is today. Bond markets went up higher. I did say this numerous times. I know most of you folks are not into bonds. Who cares about bonds? But I did say we will get into a situation where the Fed might actually hike. And this is happening. This is actually happening. The Fed might actually consider hiking. This is really, really crazy on a macro scale. We got the bond markets and I did say many times we might be in a situation where the Fed might actually hike. I know many participants are looking for lower interest rates. And the only way we get lower interest rates is what? A recession and higher unemployment. If those two are not happening, what's going to happen? The Fed might actually continue to hold, or God forbid, they might actually hike. If the bond market is telling the Fed that they need to hike, what do you think the Fed is going to do when the bond market is screaming, telling them to hike? In June, there's a 91% chance of them holding, which is terrible news. Terrible news. Then in July, we have a 65% chance of them holding. Terrible news. September, we have a chance of them finally cutting. Can't believe that it's almost a year since they last cut. Crazy. US oil inventory data is coming out on Wednesday. PMI data on Thursday. April home sales on Thursday. April new home sales out on Friday. And finally, we have 14 Fed speakers this week. Some honorable mentions about AI. We have Virtual. And surprisingly, Virtual has more mindshare now than in the peak of AI. In January 2024, we have more mindshare now for Virtual. Incredible. Then we got some more bullish news regarding Tau and their hash rate, which is incredible. After 6,000% plus monthly returns, Tau hash now sits at the number 2 spot for BitTorrent's emissions. Its incentive feedback loop has garnered 2.5 hash rate in just a few weeks. This is approaching the same levels as some of the biggest publicly listed mining companies. Speaking of mining companies, this is a nice segue. You know, I'm very bullish on mining companies and mining assets. I think they're going to really perform really well. However, they haven't seen the limelight at the moment. They're testing the relative lows at the moment. We have Argo blockchain, BTB. Wolf is forming higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. We have bit there that is almost very, very close to the previous all-time high. From wick to trough, it's gone up 122%. I think BTC mining companies are going to do remarkably well in the tail end of this cycle. Coin is heading using our AI indicators to 185,000 US dollars. Let's have a look at some of the news going on with AI coins. WorldCoin dropped the Orb Mini, a portable human verification device. News Research, they are definitely a dark horse, but I'll speak about them another time. Launched a decentralized AI training network with their large language models. Then we have Prime Intellect, open source Intellect 2, a 32B model surpassing QWQ in maths plus code. Everyone's familiar with Tether. They introduced a QVAC for AI agents on user devices with privacy and scalability. And then we have some more. Arbitrum started an AI arena agent, a bot competition with a $50,000 prize. And finally, this is the top 200 right here. So we're going to go through some of the altcoins in the top 200, and we're going to do some price actions and price targets for some of these top 200 or top 300 coins, the coins that have some motion basically. So we have Super, and Super has just been consolidating for some time around this area. We possibly could dip lower, have a last scare, and if you're looking for lower prices, you shall get lower prices. So hold on to some stables, hold on to some cash. Plum done really, really well, and I did speak about it on my private members. Then we have Kato. Kato had a really, really good rally. Like you know on this channel, if you've been here quite frequently and you are a regular, big up to everyone that watches our channel. Much respect, love you all. I did say we're going to have an altcoin rally. We did have an altcoin rally, a rip your face off rally. As of now, we're heading downwards to 18. So it's a good time to start nibbling on some alts. It is a good time. Whenever we go to these very, very extremes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good time to start nibbling. Beatbook had a nice rally of around 400%. So if you caught any of this, you would have made some really, really good gains. If you had caught any of them, you would have made a nice 200% gain. Arrow went up from the relative lows and it went up to 162%. But ladies and gentlemen, we didn't even have enough energy to head back into this accumulation range. This was a good accumulation range over here. We didn't have enough energy. Will we head back into this accumulation range and then oscillate? If we don't, ladies and gentlemen, then we could fairly head to a double bottom and retest these lows. If you're looking for lower prices, they will come. Just wait, be patient, and summer is not normally the best period for crypto. Normally we go sideways during summer, and in Q3 and Q4 is when we go parabolic. So you have to remember that seasonality does play a part. Then we have Flare. It's hit this area plenty of times, and this time we're going to probably head down lower, retest this area, and then go up higher. This is if Bitcoin chooses to break out. If Bitcoin just goes, you know what, forget everyone, we're leaving, we're going, the train's gone, bye, we're going to 200k today, then of course all of this is null and void, and altcoins are going to see a rally just because Bitcoin went up higher. Then we have Jupiter. It looks terrible, terrible, terrible. Just a downward sloping movement going on here. Every time we have rips, market makers, big whales, they sell into this. They continue to sell into this. Bonk, same things happening here. We have peaks, just little peaks, little mountain peaks. And then we have a bleed downwards. WorldCoin, same thing applies here. Just a slow grind downwards. If you're an investor and you really believe in some of these coins, all you do is you continue to DCA down. Warren Buffett, he doesn't care where the price goes. He doesn't care if it goes down, goes up. If he believes that it's undervalued, he will continue to DCA. Now, if you are a big believer in some of these coins, then continue to DCA, but bear in mind, you will find lower prices. Then we have Fast token, which has gone absolutely parabolic. It's gone up by 250%. This is highly manipulated. Many market makers are keeping this price up higher. I won't be surprised if we see the similar example as Remember Om went down a massive amount. Same kind of technical setup, to be fair. It just kept on going sideways to up, while the entire market was crashing. There was ebbs and flows. So this might have the same fate. Who knows? I'm not holding this coin. Let me know if you're holding this coin, guys. We have Arbitrum. Arbitrum is in a decline. There is no surprise here. You don't want charts like this. If you're an investor, that's a different thing. If you're an investor, you don't care about price. You continue to DCA. We have another technical setup, Filecoin. It looks like we're oscillating around here. We've been oscillating around here since 2023. This looks like accumulation. We had a sizable drawdown and we went down by 98%. But do not be surprised. It can go down lower. I'll give you example A. It went down 75%. Imagine you bought during the altcoin rally in December, January period. It's gone down 75%. And it could go up higher to around here, to around, let's say $4.77, and then continue to go down another 80%. So you have to remember, these coins, like I said many times, altcoins do not have a floor price. They don't have a floor price. They continue to go downwards, and they don't have ceilings either. These altcoins are very, very illiquid. They do not have no ceiling. Prices can go so parabolic and astronomical that you will not believe it. That's why altcoin season is such a massive, massive thing. In a matter of a week, your portfolio could easily 10x, 20x, 50x in just 1 week. This looks like a good chart. Algo is forming high highs, high lows, high highs, higher lows. It's very, very good. It's been doing this since 2023. We don't want to see charts like Arbitrum. This is a good chart because Filecoin is just accumulating. It's just a massive range of accumulation. This is what you want to see before it ascend. Every single chart does this. You have periods of ascend, periods of decline, periods of accumulation, and then again ascend. You see it with Bitcoin. You see it with the stocks, Fetch.ai. Currently sitting at 72 cents. This is a good chart. This is a good chart. This is a fairly good chart. It's not as good as Algorand. I like the technical setup here. Good chart. Trump coin. I know some folks are sitting on Trump coin. This is just a leverage bet on Trump. If Trump is successful in his endeavors, then Trump coin is going to go up higher. It's a tokenized form of your brand, basically. So if you're a creator, if you're a president, whoever if you're a celebrity, whatever it is, it's just a tokenized form of your brand. Then we have Ethereum Cash, and this is a good chart. It's consolidating. This is what you love to see. That means, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of folks buying. If I show you the order books, and in this order book, it's not as extreme, okay? This is extreme selling, and extreme buying. This is right over here, just moving sideways. This is what we want to see to accumulate. Great periods to accumulate. Ondo. We have Ondo, and I know Ondo looks good. Looks very, very good. Very, very good. Since inception, it's just been moving upwards. This is what you want to see technically in a coin that is actually doing something, has utility, has institutional demand. This is excellent. OKB is next, and this is an excellent chart, ladies and gentlemen. It's just moving to the right. Look at this. Just excellent chart. Just move to the right. And since inception till now, ladies and gentlemen, it's gone up by 46x. These are technical setups, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going through any fundamentals at the moment. Sometimes you can go through fundamentals and the price action might not reflect the chart, and there lies the value. Now we have Aptos, and Aptos is just an oscillator of altcoin rallies. Like I said, right over here, it looks picture perfect to this, ladies and gentlemen. Picture perfect. We have a peak here, and another peak here, and a fourth peak here. Picture perfect. Peak 1, peak 2, peak 3, and maybe, just maybe, if history repeats again, or it rhymes again, just maybe, another peak here. And if we do, we could see a nice tradable event, a nice investment where you can hold for a couple of months, and that's a 228% gain. Not bad. Uniswap is oscillating around here. It's still consolidating, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have Pepe. Pepe is forming a head and shoulders, head, and then another shoulder. We might have a breakout and head to 205. Litecoin currently at $97. This is technically what I like to see in charts. A long consolidation period from 2022 till now. It's moving up to sideways. We're forming higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. These are good in my opinion, good investment protocols to get into. These are some of the larger caps that you can look into and maybe nibble on some lower prices. So we have Hype. Hype is hitting this neckline right over here. We're going to head back down as Bitcoin heads back down. And this is an ample period to buy the dip, to DCA and buy the dip. We're forming an inverse head and shoulders. If that plays out, ladies and gentlemen, we could see a substantial gain of around 200%. Bear in mind, these are large caps. So these are more fairly safer plays. Then we're heading to Bitcoin dominance. No surprise there. They tell you my thesis was right. Every time we have an FOMC meeting, we have an altcoin rally where key opinion leaders come together. They all come together and they make up these fake narratives. We have the last one. What was it called? The internet capital market, Meta. And I shorted this coin, and this is heading downwards. I call this a land coin. Land. I shorted it, and in a massive position, 459%. Imagine that, a 4x return in a quick play. This is easy money. Thank you for making up some bullshit, Meta. So then we have these rallies. We have these altcoin rallies here, altcoin rallies last for around a couple of days, and that's it, guys. That's all she wrote. Coin dominance is heading up higher, no surprise, which means altcoins are going to bleed and head lower. This is going to be the final capitulation where everyone just gives up with their altcoins and heads into Bitcoin. Calls everything a scam and heads into Bitcoin. I've been here many times, guys. I've been in this space for many years, and I've heard the same old stuff again and again. Altcoins are scams, and it's not. Coins are scam, it's not. Guys, just going to gobble the liquidity. It's going to try to find liquidity, and it's going to find it from some of these altcoins. So if you want lower prices, be patient, don't FOMO, and you will get lower prices. That's it for now, folks. I hope you have a lovely day. Do not get fooled. Don't get fooled. I was telling you to buy at the absolute bottom. Now I'm telling you, do not FOMO. If you want lower prices, be patient. Charts have a way that make you feel like it's going up forever and going down forever. Lower prices, they will come. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.